Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about how to evaluate on-campus job offers as a college student. But first, Maura, let me thank you for that excellent video you put up last week about the start of your sophomore year. Second year. I'm really glad to hear that your semester is going well so far, and I was very proud to see that you decided to brave the lake jump on that cold September morning. So thank you for sharing that with us, and also thank you for taking us on a tour of your fancy new dorm room with its kitchen and living room and all that fanciness. Though I did notice that you left your actual bedroom out, which I'm sure has nothing to do with how tidy that room is or isn't. Okay, more importantly, last week you shared with us that you were offered 2 on-campus jobs. One as a student technician taking care of zebrafish at a biology lab, and the other as a research assistant at the main ecology and evolution lab on campus. So, first off, congratulations! It's a very good sign when you have multiple attractive options for student jobs. But it also means that you do have choices to make. Do you take both jobs or just one? And if so, which one? How do you decide? And that's the question we're tackling in depth in today's video. So as I see it, there are 4 main categories to consider when you're assessing a job offer, both in college and beyond: pay, time, experience, and opportunity. Let's start with the basics. Pay. How much money do you stand to make if you take the job? If it's a work-study job, as many on-campus student jobs are, will it pay enough that you can fully take advantage of all the work-study funds available to you? And does it offer other forms of compensation besides actual cash money? For example, my own student job as an RA granted me free housing and meals for 2 years, which saved me tens of thousands of dollars I would otherwise have had to spend, either on a dorm room and a meal plan, or rent and groceries. So although the job didn't offer a salary, a wage, or even a stipend, it was easily the best paying student job on campus. Once you're done with college and become an old fossil like me, these non-cash benefits most commonly take the form of cheaper, better health insurance, matching contributions when you save up for retirement, and reimbursement for commute or travel expenses. It is crucial to actually do the math and see exactly what these kinds of benefits are worth, rather than evaluating them purely based on intuition. For instance, I didn't count myself as having saved the entire sticker price of the dorm room that came with my RA job. Because if I hadn't got that job, I would have sought out a lower cost housing option, and not paid through the nose for a single with a view of Washington Square Park. Once you've calculated the monetary value of these non-cash benefits, you can plug all of this, plus the pay itself, into a calculation of what this job will allow you to earn per hour. Sometimes the total amount will seem really appealing, but if you have to work every waking hour to earn it, then that may not seem like such a great deal once you've calculated this hourly rate. Which brings us to our second criterion to consider: time. How many hours of your life is this job going to take up? Adding on more hours does increase your total pay, sure, but you don't want to sign up for more than you can manage. When you're studying as a full-time student, I strongly recommend limiting your work hours to under 20 per week, or 30 at the very most if you're taking a really light course load. But it isn't just the raw number of hours that matters here, it's also when those hours happen. I mean, working a 5-hour shift on a day when you have nothing else to do might be one thing, but adding a 5-hour work shift to the end of your busiest day of the week, that's something else. So you'll want to think about how flexible your job's work schedule will be. Can you rearrange your hours to suit your class schedule? Can you take fewer hours during high-intensity academic times like finals week? Also, quick pro tip: when you calculate how many hours the job will take, always include your commute. I mean, it makes sense, right? A job 5 minutes from your dorm room might actually be worth more than even a better paying job that involves an hour round-trip commute just to get there, once you've included that commuting time in the denominator of your dollars per hour calculation. Because hours you spend commuting have an opportunity cost, just like the hours you spend at your workplace itself. And in fact, the opportunity cost of your commuting time is sometimes even greater than that of your work time, because many campus jobs allow you a chance to get some homework done during downtime. And that's our third category to consider. What is the actual experience of working this job like, moment to moment, hour to hour? Is it fun and exciting, or is it boring but chill? Or do you want it to be interesting and educational? Different people will want different things from their work experience, and this category is super subjective, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't consider it. So, what are you looking for? Do you want an on-campus job where you can just kind of chill out and get your homework done most of the time, like a receptionist or front desk position at one of the little-known, mostly ignored offices on campus? Or do you want a job where you can be super social, working alongside your friends, making new ones, and having fun together? Will you find enjoyment or fulfillment in the work itself? Does it align with your values? And in your case, Maura, you're looking at jobs where you can learn transferable skills that you can actually take on with you to later jobs, which is an excellent long-term strategy. Any of these intangible benefits, homework or social interaction, having fun or learning skills, can make even a less lucrative or more time-intensive position worthwhile and worth considering. But it's that last one, developing skills on the job, that I find most interesting because it overlaps with our final category, opportunities. Simply put, I'm using opportunity as a blanket term for anything you gain from this job that you can leverage to get a better job in the future. Whether you define better as better paying or more fulfilling or whatever else you might be looking for in a dream job, developing skills now in this job that you can use later in that one is going to be one of the best ways to set yourself up for whatever that dream job is. But you also want to consider the connections you can make on the job, because frankly, a great letter of recommendation from a leading expert in the field where you want to work makes a lot more difference than adding a couple additional skills to your resume. So while these two kinds of opportunities, skills and connections, are probably the most relevant to college students, you do also want to think about opportunities for direct promotion within the job itself. For instance, many college students seek out internships at big companies, even being willing to work for free for months or even years on end, in the hope that that internship will lead to a direct promotion to full-time job security straight out of senior year. And they're not crazy for doing so. While it is true that accepting literally zero pay right now on the promise of some nebulous future opportunity is the extreme end of the spectrum, there are always trade-offs to be made between these immediate benefits, like more money, and long-term benefits, like more opportunity. And of those four broad categories we started with when considering job offers, pay, time, experience, and opportunity, there is no doubt in my mind that opportunity is the most valuable one to consider as a college student. Because the younger you are, the more time you have left for those opportunities to pay off big time. Which is why, Maura, I applaud your decision to pursue student jobs related to your core area of interest and expertise, biology. The skills you learn and the connections you make from working on campus in research labs will pay off a lot more in the long run than a few extra dollars in your bank account right now. But never forget that you are very lucky, Maura, to have the luxury of de-emphasizing upfront pay right now in favor of investing in your future. That kind of opportunity is so important, and it's definitely one you should take advantage of, but it's also one for which you need to remain extremely grateful. And with that said, I hope I've been able to help out and provide you with a conceptual framework you can use to evaluate your on-campus job offers. I'm really looking forward to hearing which job you decided to take, and I'll see you soon.